You're lazy.
That was very offensive.
Antisocial.
Wicked.
Hello and welcome to episode 1 of NextGen Convos. Today we are talking about Gen Z stereotypes, and I have some beautiful ladies over here to share their stories and personal experiences. I think Gen Z has been on our lips post-COVID. They became very, very popular after COVID. And I think COVID shifted all of us into a new reality. And Gen Z happened to be at the forefront of that shift because they are digital natives. And so we understand that. But then again, there's been like a lot of stereotypes surrounding their generation. And today we want to tackle 2 of them. So most often you hear people say Gen Zs are lazy and entitled, and they are overly sensitive or emotional. So today we are tackling those 2. And I have a post here. We want to know how these 2 young ladies will react to it. Before that, please introduce yourselves to your audience and then let's dive in.
Okay. Hi, my name is Anna Bashiru and I'm 15 years old. One fun fact about me is that I like baking.
Okay.
My name is Krista Boykokung. I'm 14 years old and I also love dancing.
Okay. All right. So now that introductions are out of the way, I'm going to read this very controversial post and then we'll get their reactions and their perspectives. So it says, this new generation does not like working, and working is in block letters. Okay. You could give them a job sleeping in block letters and they'll wake up in block letters and quit also in block letters. How do you feel about this particular post?
First off, let's start by saying that was very offensive and I took it to heart.
We are sorry. Okay, but why do you think it's offensive?
Because I feel like it's not all Gen Z that are lazy. Obviously, in every generation, you have some few people that, they are what we are talking about. But in general, I feel like Gen Z, we are hardworking in our own way. Like, we like to use technology to make our work easier. It doesn't necessarily mean we don't like working.
Okay, so if I'm hearing you right, I think you're saying that you like to work smart instead of working hard. Yeah. Okay, interesting. And yes, I agree with you that every generation has their unique things, okay, or there are things that are unique to every generation. That's why we have that division of people being grouped in generations. But then again, your generation, I mean Gen Zs, are especially unique. And I think it has a lot to do with technology, okay, and the fact that you are technological babies. Okay, and I think when technology started advancing, or your parents, let me say, not to say we are blaming them or anything, but then the educators around that time and your parents weren't so familiar with the internet and social media and all of that, and they sort of didn't know how to go about it. We kind of left you to your devices and stuff like that. So we cannot blame you per se. Well, we cannot blame you for some of the things that are happening now. But then again, Christabel, we want to hear your side of the story. How did this post make you feel?
Okay, first of all, she said was very offensive. I don't think it's true because some might see us as lazy because most Gen Zs like to procrastinate. But I don't think that's something we all do. So,
all right. So if I'm hearing you right, I think you're saying that there are some people in your generation that obviously are lazy, but then again, it's like we've oversimplified everything and then we've attached it to your generation. I want you to share like a personal experience where like a generalized stereotype like this was applied to you. Do you have like a personal experience or a personal story you can share, maybe in school or anywhere at church where like you were given this whole stereotype label? Do you have a particular story like that?
So one time we were assigned a new teacher. He assumed we were all lazy since we prioritized socializing over learning all the time. But as he began to give us exercises and tests, he realized we were not lazy but quite determined. Yeah.
Okay. You spoke about socializing and the fact that it's one thing you prioritize. So my question is, because I've heard some people also say Gen Zs are a bit lonely. So, I heard this on the Brett Cooper show, and she talked about the loneliness of Gen Z and the fact that you people, like during COVID, the prime time of your lives when you were supposed to be like socializing and, you know, just making friends and all of that, COVID hit and then we were on lockdown. So that is where you people, your only source of interaction was with the screens, your screens or your phones, okay? And you people interacted a lot through devices. And she spoke about that and associated that with being lonely. And then I'm hearing you say that you like socializing. So my question is it the idea of Gen Zs being lonely specific to just some parts of the world? Because Brett Cooper, I think, is from the United States. Are the situations peculiar? You're talking about socialization, so I just want to understand if that is something you do a lot, or I want to understand if the loneliness she spoke about applies to those in Ghana as well.
Okay, so with what he said, I feel like even though we were socializing through our screens a lot, it also helped us build a lot of socialization skills.
Okay.
Like since we all have access to technology, most of us, we have a lot of topics that are common to us, which makes it easier to socialize.
Okay.
And also, I personally think I like socializing, but not that much, but like we are not lonely.
But would you say you're antisocial? Because I think that's also another label, and I think we are veering off a bit because you mentioned the whole socialization thing, so we've transitioned into that aspect, but I want us to talk about it. Do you think you're a bit antisocial? I hear a lot of you say, oh, you like to prioritize work and social life balance, okay? And so you like things to be a bit flexible so you can make time for your social life. But then again, how is your social life like? Would you say you're antisocial? Is it easy for you to go out and make friends? Is it easy for you to meet someone and then befriend the person? Or is it a bit awkward doing that? Is it easy to make conversations with people when you meet them? How is your social? We want to understand your social life. Is it easy making friends, like going out there, speaking to people? How is your social life like?
I think it's easy to make friends.
Okay,
it was hard for me at first because
right.
I didn't really like to socialize with others. But recently, I think it's very easy, and I think coming here has also helped me. Vivi's dance in theater, I meet different kinds of people all the time, and it's like I have to socialize with them, so now I'm kind of used to it.
Okay, so is it a matter of personality, or is it something associated with your generation?
I think it's a matter of personality.
Yeah.
Personality, okay. All right. So we've looked at the fact that you're lazy, you're saying you're not, and that is very generalized. And I understand because I've met some of you and I see how hard you work when you come to dance class. Obviously, I expect that you translate that into other aspects of your life also. So, well, I do not agree with that stereotype. But then let's move on to entitlement. Do you think your generation is entitled?
Entitled in what sense? Like,
You do you think the world owes it to you to make your life easy or to make things better for you?
I feel like due to technology in our time, we are used to getting instant access to information, and with apps like delivery apps, we get most things we want very quickly. But it also doesn't make us entirely entitled, because obviously we still have to work for some things. We can't get all the things we want. But I see your point with the entitlement, but I still don't agree.
Okay. So do you think it's a matter of the upbringing of a child as opposed to the label of being entitled? Will you say someone's upbringing is what makes them entitled or not? Or would you say your whole generation, Ankasano?
Oh.
Oh, no.
No.
I feel like in a way the upbringing is like can be a reason why we are known as entitled, because maybe let me just use Anna.
Okay.
Maybe she's used to getting whatever she wants from her mom. So if she comes like outside and she wants something and it's like she's struggling to get it, then you understand, yeah.
Okay, with what you said, obviously how a child behaves obviously starts from their house.
Okay.
So some children may be entitled due to how their parents brought them up. Like if they're always given everything, you'll obviously be entitled. But then also, you can't just say our entire generation is entitled.
Yeah.
Because
Not everyone grew up.
not everyone grew up the same way. So our upbringing really plays a big role.
A big role. Okay, well understood. All right. So, Christabel, you made a point before Anna spoke, and you spoke about how sometimes not getting what they're usually used to at home can give them some sort of entitlement. Okay, and I think when it happens that way, sometimes they throw tantrums. So, would you say that's how they express their overly sensitivity or their overly emotional things?
Like what?
Like what?
Like
Yes,
what?
Like
what do we do that shows we are overly sensitive?
sometimes, okay, let me give a
Okay.
typical example. Okay, there are certain times where you can be having a conversation with someone, and then you kind of blow it out of proportion because maybe the person has said something that you think is a trigger, and you're all over the place, or there are times where you may even start crying, and then some people may see that as an overreaction. Or sometimes when you have like an issue, instead of speaking about it, you cry, or you end up throwing some kind of tantrums. Like I've seen some Gen Zs do that. And
I just think they are quite passionate about mental health.
Okay.
Which like maybe they are not afraid to express their feelings and stand up for what's right.
Yeah. But then again, we are not overly sensitive. I feel like our generation rather, most of us don't care.
Exactly.
Like we are more of the nonchalant type.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't take things as too big of a deal most of the time. So.
Okay.
But I think we can all agree millennials do that.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How come?
Like everything is so serious with you guys. Like why?
And they always take everything
breathe.
to heart. Like
Okay, we are not talking about millennials yet. So wicked. We are not talking about millennials yet. So okay, we've heard you, and we've heard some of the things you have to say, and I agree with you on some of them. Some others, I'm not too sure where I stand now, but I'm pretty sure what you said will be something that we can go back and look at and like rethink some of the things or some of the stereotypes we've had about your generation. But then again, I want us to go into how you think these stereotypes started. Where did they start from?
Okay, so I feel like most of these stereotypes are based on just the few things other people have seen about us online. Again, because we are always online, so the little that is seen about us is used to generalize all of us. That's how these stereotypes started, I believe.
Okay, so do you have any last words for your listeners about the two stereotypes we've spoken about? How would you conclude this session?
Just say everyone out there should be confident and shouldn't be afraid to stand up for what they believe is right.
Even though it might come off as being overly sensitive,
As she said.
as she said, these stereotypes don't define all of us, and we are all different. So, yeah, we should be confident in what we do, because, yeah.
Thank you, Christabel and Anna, for joining us today. I mean, some of the things you said were eye-openers, and we are going to rethink the stereotypes we've created around your generation, okay? If you've not subscribed to the channel yet, do so and click the notification button for more episodes. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.